Welcome to No Nonsense Nonprofits. Hi, I'm Sandy Ray, founder of Sandra E. Ray CPA, where we alleviate financial headaches so that you can create a bigger impact. Today, I want to talk to you about program-related investments, or PRIs. PRIs are programs that allow philanthropic institutions to improve communities, not just through grant making, but through a program that allows for reinvestment in that community. They're flexible and they're mainly used by private foundations to fund social solutions and reinvest money for future projects. So you say, okay, that's really confusing. Sandy, what really is a PRI? It's a flexible financing tool that many foundations use. It originated in the 1969 US Tax Reform Act, and it allows foundations to make investments in their communities by providing loans, generally low interest, invest in the equity of an organization, and provide financial guarantees. In order to do this, there's three standards that have to be met. The program has to advance the organization's charitable mission. It cannot be used primarily to generate income, although some of these programs or financial tools do generate income for the foundation, and there can be absolutely no political lobbying. Examples of a PRI is low interest loans, either for students or small businesses in an economically disadvantaged group. Investments in a small business or not-for-profit organization is allowable, and this allows us to address a community or economic issue. Examples of projects like this that I found on the web that are currently being funded, of course, are low-income housing for vulnerable populations, community health clinics, charter schools, entrepreneur support, so small businesses, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, those kinds of things, renewable energy products, sustainable agricultural incentives, and early childhood education centers. So there's some really worthwhile causes that these programs are supporting right now. Now, an advantage of a PRI is it provides both social and financial returns. So unlike a traditional grant where the foundation puts the money out and they have the social impact, which is wonderful, a PRI generally involves some sort of return to the foundation. So there's a financial impact, either in investing in for-profit organizations to help them grow, to help other nonprofit organizations in the community, but the foundation also gets a return, and they can take those funds and then put them towards another PRI project. Now, the nice thing about these programs is private foundations have a requirement where 5% of their assets have to be paid out to maintain their tax-exempt status. So these programs qualify for that type of distribution. And these programs can also work in conjunction with a traditional grant, whether it be from the foundation or another source, to an organization. We can scale solutions, we can kickstart projects, and we can reduce the risk for other investors. Maybe there's some for-profit investors, but we can reduce that risk and get more people involved in the project. An example might be a community kitchen. Maybe you're looking at feeding the hungry and training, vocational training through hospitality or commercial kitchen type of skills. And you've got the resources to fund the educational program and purchase the food and the process and the program itself. But one of these RIs could help you build that commercial kitchen. So we can work with those kinds of projects together, and they mesh together nicely. Now, currently, there are less than 2% of the 87,000 plus foundations in the US that provide PRIs. And generally, those are going to be the well-funded, larger private foundations like Ford, Gates, and Packard. These organizations are leading the PRI program in the US. But there are many smaller community and family foundations that are doing this. It's just not quite as many as we would hope. And the reason is that there are significant barriers to adopting a PRI. A lot of people don't understand or aren't aware that they even exist. And if they don't have the resources to invest in the expertise required, there's many legal, financial, and PRI measurement tasks and expertise and knowledge that you need to have these programs. And due to limited capacity, smaller organizations just don't have the ability to do the due diligence or invest in the expertise that is required to implement a PRI. So one of the things that we might do to improve or increase the use of PRIs in our community is to improve access to financial and social outcomes and data, have a shared database where you can get the information that you need to get these programs going. Maybe you have a panel of experts, legal, financial, and data experts that other organizations can tap into. And then just raise awareness by educating other organizations on PRI strategies. So PRIs are an underutilized tool that could provide significant social solutions and enhance foundation impact. They can exponentially improve the impact that any organization is having in their community. So we need to be looking to increase investment in education, resources, and capacity building for smaller foundations to be able to participate and provide PRIs. And even if you're not a private foundation, many nonprofits benefit from PRIs. Maybe yours can too. So ask your foundation that you're working with now or other foundations if they have PRIs, what their program looks like, and can that benefit your organization? I hope this was helpful for you today. If you have any questions on this or other topics, please put that in the comment section and we'll try to get those answered. Of course, we always appreciate your likes, and I want to thank you for joining me today. Remember, creating a bigger impact starts with stopping the nonsense. If you're dealing with nonsense in your nonprofit organization, we'd love to help you cut through the noise.